Hey YouTube, today I'm replacing a clip for this 99 CRV. It's just basically a clip that keeps the door latch rod in place, and I know that already because I had already taken this apart. This is my coworker's vehicle, and for the moment I just rigged it up with some zip ties. I had to order this special order, and it was $1.50. The guy at the Honda shop actually just ended up giving it to me. So, but I had to wait 2 days for it to come in. So this is going to be a quick video of how to replace this, and it'll give you a little insight on how to replace a door handle if you need to do that, and to take the door panel off. So first thing we're going to do, and you're basically only going to need 2 tools. Flathead screwdriver and a Phillips. First thing you're going to do is come down here, and there is a little access hole where you can slip this right off. This is going to come off. Little clips. Just going to set these out of the way. Next I'm going to take all 3 of these screws out, one here, here, and one up here. So probably go a little bit faster with a screw gun, but I can't find the extension for it. Sure you put all your hardware in somewhere you're not going to lose it. Oh, there goes one. Okay. Okay, so three screws to the armrest. Door handle, whatever you want to call it. Okay, we're going to set this aside. Now there is there's one screw here, it has a little plastic anchor. I'm just going to pop this out. And the anchor will come out just like that. Just pull this piece off, and that's what that looks like. And then down here on the speaker, there's two screws, one here, and one up here. And these can be kind of hard to get out if you don't have a magnetic screwdriver tip. One of these is longer than the other. The top one, I believe, is short. There she is. All right. Yep, the top one is a little bit shorter. Throw those in the pile. And then there's a few clips, or not really clips, but they're they're little things you push in right behind this panel, and they're still holding it on. So what we're going to do is pull out the panel a little bit, just like that, and then underneath here there is a harness for, let me see if you can see it here. There it is right there. little clip for the speaker. This just comes out. There's two little clips on the side. And there is also a screw, Phillips screw right here, and I believe this is the last screw. You're just going to push this forward a little bit and it should start to come out. Now this is kind of hard to see, but this little clip right here, this white clip, it's actually really easy to take off. I'm going to show you how to do that. You take your flathead screwdriver, and I'm just going to push this little, push this clip sideways. See if we can get it here. Let's see if it would be easier this way. Yep, there it is. Now you can see that it pushed sideways, and I'm going to push it all the way sideways. And now basically I can push the rod up and out of the slot. Okay, so there it is. It's out. And now we have the door lock harness we can take off. And this one is just a little button in the back. Okay, there it is. Alright, so there's your door handle mechanism. Set that aside. Now we should be ready to pull this thing off. Actually, the first thing I'm going to do before I do that is put the window down. Not for any other reason, but just it was the way that I had done it the first time. So the way we're going to get this thing off here, just going to pull this up a little bit and just going to kind of rock it out. Gets kind of stuck on some of the trim. This is just going to lift right over the lock. Slide right out. So there we go. We have the whole door panel off, and you can see the inside. Let's set this in here. Okay. Now this was our problem the first time. The little clip had broke right there, so I went ahead and rigged this up so that this rod didn't bend. I'm going to cut these off now so you can see what it was doing. And we're going to put the clip on. Okay. So basically every time the handle would pull, this whole rod right here would bend. I don't know how well you can see that, but it wasn't giving it enough leverage. So basically there has to be something here to hold it from actually bending. So we're gonna get our clip. I can find what I did with it. Here it is. And I believe the orientation goes this way. So with the little extra support up at the top where the hook would go up. This is just going to push right into this little hole here. It's actually pretty tight. Okay, just like that. And I knew that this was broken because when I took this thing off, when I took it all apart, just this piece was hanging on the rod and everything else was gone. It actually had just fallen through the door. So we're gonna snap that in place. So it's essentially gonna do the same thing that the zip ties were doing, but now we're ready to put it back together. First thing we're gonna do is get this back out. Oops. Some glue. Now when you put this panel back on, you gotta be careful of this harness. Make sure that it stays up like this. Otherwise you're gonna have to pull the panel out and kind of fish it up to where the door handle is. Okay, and we're going to try to line this up as best we can. Of course, this has to go over the door lock. Start it over here first. This took some doing last time. Just kind of try to rock it in place the same way we took it out. See how we can line up all of our screws. Okay, and when you feel it, you'll feel it fit together. More or less got it. So let me see if I can get the clip. Looks like we gotta come down a little bit. They're hung up somewhere. Like I said last time, this was probably the most tough part of the job. Because you gotta line everything up just the way it was. There's probably a little bit of an easier way of doing this. Make sure that the harness is still up here. The speaker's lining up. Okay. Lines up. And I'm gonna reconnect the speaker right now. So I might have to get under this so I can see what I'm doing here. Yeah, most likely. Okay, that'll just hang there. Much better when you can see what you're doing. There it is. Okay. Let's try to line this up again. We're almost there. There it is. Okay. Must have been getting caught up on this. Did you hear that? That was the clips. So right now our door is fit up. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to put these 2 screws back in so that we can secure the panel. Remember, the long one goes in the bottom. Short one on the top. Okay, and we're going to reconnect the door handle here. First thing I'm going to do is reconnect the wire harness here. Slides in. And second thing, now this piece is going to, you're going to want to put this back like this, and you're going to drop the rod right in the hole. And once you have the hot rod in the hole, you're going to slide this back right onto the rod, and it's going to keep it in place. There's not too much room in here to get a shot. So I'm going to use a screwdriver to guide it in. Okay, it dropped down in there. Flathead, and I'm going to flip this plastic piece around. And hopefully you can see this, but I'm going to clip it right back in. There it is. It's clipped in. And then I'm going to push this forward a little bit because it's kind of on like a locking hinge. Push it back. And I'm going to put the screw back in there. I'm making this video because I saw a couple, more than a couple problems online. The same problem. If it wasn't this problem, it was a door handle or something, and this should cover all of that. Even if you gotta replace a door lock switch. Okay. It's in there, nice and tight. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put our and we'll put this anchor on. First thing you gotta do, get the anchor. This can be a little tricky, but you're gonna take your fingers and kind of squeeze them together so that this is all down like that. And you're just gonna shove it in there, make sure it's all lined up. It's in. It looks loose because the screw's not in yet. I'm gonna put the screw in. Okay, and it's basically just for looks. It's not going to get tight, so be careful not to strip it. We're going to throw our armrest back on. We got these 3 screws here. Last screws of the project. And this kind of just lines up. Put the middle one on first. Hold it. Holes can be kind of hard to find, but let's see if we can get it started here. Oh, there it goes. Just drop down in it. And you're going to keep going until this thing's all the way tight. Like I said, I would definitely recommend using a screw gun for this because it would go a lot faster. Way in there. There we go. That's better. kind of a long screw. Okay. And the last screw. It's kind of hard. It's easier if you look into it and you can see the little, I guess they're brass or brass looking, I don't know what that's called. Same stuff you see on grade 8 bolts. I cannot get this thing in here. Come on. There it is. Just gotta drop down in. Okay. It's back on there. I'm just gonna make sure that this one's tight. Okay. Last thing. Put your speaker grill back on. Just kind of hinges up in there. Clips in. So now you should have a working door. Let's try it out. I hope it works. Alright, it works from the inside, and let's try the outside. Works. Make sure the locks work. Locks work. Okay. And one thing that did kind of freak me out the first time, I thought that something had gone wrong, but with the doors open, these won't lock, or at least the driver door will not lock. And after searching on some forums, I found that to be the case, so that you don't lock your keys inside on accident. That's kind of a safety thing, but if you see on some of the other doors, it will lock, even with it open. So that kind of freaked me out at first, but if you do want to lock your door with the door open, it says in the manual, and you know, you can figure this out on your own, but it's even instructed in the manual to pull this open and lock the door, and it'll go down all the way. Of course. Okay. But that's all there is to it. It's pretty easy, so don't be afraid to dig into your panel and go to town. I'm not sure what they charge you to do this at the dealership, but even if it was 50, 100, 150, 200, that's worth it to me. Alright, thanks for watching.